Hi everybody, Barb and Chelsea here. Today is Andy's birthday.
Happy birthday, Dad.
Happy birthday, Andy. Everybody wish him a happy birthday in the comment section.
Hello, buddy. How are you? It's Sunday afternoon. My parents are having issues with their internet spectrum. We're not, so it's got to be something with theirs. But anyways, as you can see from the flag, it's still windy. You can see that from the corn. But I got to get this early corn sprayed. I mean, holy shit, because it's not too far from needing the anhydrous side dress. So I am going to mix up at least one tank full of spray and go spray, and that'll cover the early stuff. I could do a little more, but I don't really want to if it's this windy. Maybe I can do some more tomorrow, but I don't know. We go from being wet to actually getting kind of dry now. Scary to say that. Seems like 2 or 3 videos ago you were watching me get stuck. And now the wind wants to blow 10 to 20 miles an hour every day. But I just put what I need for one tank full in the back of the truck. I'm gonna go do it. Get one off and see what it looks like. So I don't have any, I mean this here and what I've got over on the other road where the test plot was, there's nothing really right near anyone's lawn or anything, so should be good. But I don't know, gotta do it. So let's see what happens. All right, we're spraying. Is it a little breezy still? Yes, but gotta get it done. As you can see, this patch I'm coming up to, which was the wet hole from years and years and years, which is now not a wet hole because it was tiled. But I'm keeping the booms pretty low to the ground. But we are spraying. As you can see, the big yellow thing behind me. Just finished my headlands. Now I'm making my first pass up through the field. For my first 24 rows, you know, outside of the headlands over there. So we are spraying corn 2020. I spray Roundup. Well, I should say I spray glyphosate because I'm not using Roundup itself. I'm using a generic brand. Those of you who are farmers will know some of this. I use Vision and Resolve Q as a residual. So the Roundup's going to kill the existing weeds, and the other stuff, when it rains, will go into the soil an inch or so and kill anything that's getting ready to come up. So I'm almost to the headland, so I gotta let you go. Another view going the other way, towards the shop, towards the road. I think I've said it in a previous video, 60-foot booms, covers 24 rows. Yeah, these spots where we put the tile in, boy, it's grassy. Obviously, because there's lots of moisture. Corn looks good, got good color. Probably another, I don't know, week, 10 days, I could probably start putting anhydrous on this corn. And you see all of our lovely rocks too. Got a nice deep green color to it. It listened to me in that one video where I gave it its pep talk. Alright, I'm not going to do a lot of cammering here while I'm spraying because I don't know, that's a pain in the ass. Maybe once I get caught up and it's a better day and whatnot and a longer field, I'll put the camera somewhere out there on a boom or something, who knows. But now the flag's finally starting to simmer down a little. I don't know if I'll do more than just this one tank full or not, but this will get me 55 acres, which will cover anything that was planted early and pretty much desperately needs spraying right now. So we'll get back to you. Thought I'd show you this. I'm spraying the test plot can tell looking across here, but you can see different colors. You know, just all the different varieties, hybrids. But some are greener than others and whatnot, but test plow looks pretty good. A little better view of it with the direction the sun is. But you can see, well, I can see, maybe the camera doesn't. See damn bird shit on my windshield too, the bastard. I can see the different shades of green, and you can tell the different varieties in here. But overall, test plot's looking good. Guess we'll have to wait till fall to find out. I don't think these cameras do justice to the terrain, but this field's a joy to spray too. Side hills all over the place. But I watch these other YouTube guys out west, and a lot of them are replanting right now because of flooding, heavy rains on their flat grounds. I guess I'll take our hills because at least the water all runs down the bottom of the hill and then out into, you know, a hedgerow somewheres or something. We very seldom have to replant anything, so I don't know. Good and bad with every place you live, I guess, as far as weather, ground, you name it. But spraying. Here's one here that I don't know whether the camera does it justice, but it's pretty much straight uphill. This is the one you don't plant going this way, you come the other way. Sprayer not so bad, especially when it's only about half full now. That's pretty steep. Is what it is. Not sure I'd want to have to replant as much as these guys all have to replant all the time. So, like I said, we've had it before. It's kind of funny. You get a heavy rain, you get it on these hills, and it'll wash the corn, even corn this size. And next thing you know, you got corn growing between the rows. It basically made its own new rows from where it washed to. Even not just seed, but corn that's already up, you know, 4 or 5 inches. So I don't know. Our hilly ground still is pretty productive, even with the stones we have and whatnot. So, like I said, it is what it is. I don't plan on moving anytime soon. So I'm gonna stay here until it's time to find some place with warmer winters to retire. Not New York. I don't know how well the camera shows it neither, but this field is an S-shaped field. Really not any good straight side on it, so I start on that side over there, and it just kind of does this S-snake curve through the whole thing. Pretty much another advantage they have out west, not just their big fields and flat fields, but straight sides to start on. So, it's also going to be a boring spray season apparently, because when I got in earlier and fired it up and turned the PTO on so the pump would agitate while I was filling, I got no radio. Worked when I was planting, because this is my planting tractor, but now it don't work. But that's a mild problem. Better than a tire blowing off, which you've already seen. Better than getting stuck, which you've already seen. So I guess if I have to sing to myself, which you don't want to see, and I won't anyhow, that's what I'll have to do. But because I'm probably not going to take the time to figure out why the hell the radio's not working now. It's always something, but at least this something is minor. Probably won't cost me a whole lot of money to fix, unless the radio is completely shot and I have to buy a new radio. Then it's probably going to cost me $300-400 bucks. But this is a 2005 tractor, and that's the radio that's always been in it. Never had any problems. But spraying, I think I've said that before. Whoa. Hey, when I turn around like that, I tend to get off the road. This corn looks really good though, other than being weedy, because it probably should have been sprayed 4 or 5 days ago. But the weeds aren't that tall yet, so I think the spray will do what it's got to do. Almost got my tank full empty. I had to stop at the shop. I forgot my homemade flag. Piece of metal conduit, shop towel with some duct tape on it. I got to put this in the cab, because this is where I mark where I run out of spray in a field. So I will know where to start with the next tank full. And Chelsea mowed her grandparents' lawn. And look, Chelsea didn't mow the weed strip here in front of the shop again. And for a little Chelsea action, Chelsea's over there with the old mower mowing around the barn. And she'll be mowing around the bins. So I have, what do I have? Like 7.5 acres worth left. Yeah, got around 70-75 gallons left. I'm also getting a bottle of water. 1, because I'm thirsty, but 2, because I'm going to pour some water on some rags, and I'm going to get the damn bird shit off my windshield, because that bird shit is driving me nuts. They got a shit right where you look through. Oh, there. I feel better. Not only did I spray those the other day, but now I got the lawnmower out and mowed them, because she's done. And she still didn't mow it when she got back. Kids. Anyways, it's, I don't know, 10 after 5, Sunday. Sprayed 1 tank full. Got the early corn. And when I say early corn, we were so screwed up this year. Like that corn there, which, by the way, looks damn good. That corn there, if you recall the test plot, 25 acres over there near the test plot. Anyways, May 13th, we had some corn we planted. And then we didn't plant corn again until May 22nd, which at least was better than last year, because we never even started until May 23rd. I did plant some beans in between the May 13th corn and the May 22nd corn, so I don't need to spray any corn for a few days. The other stuff's got to get a little bigger. I like it to be, well, I buy my spray through Helena Chemical Company, and the guy that I buy it through basically says when it gets to be about the height of a soda can, smaller soda bottle, or a little bit taller, so 6 inches roughly, 5 to 7 inches tall, that's when you should spray it. That got taller than that, so did the rest that I sprayed today, but it's sprayed. So I may end up hooking on to the Anhydrous applicator, getting that greased and ready. The 2 nurse tanks sit out behind the old dairy barn. Pretty sure they both still have anhydrous in them. I think they got 40 or 50%. Then I'll have to start filling them. But so I may end up putting some anhydrous on. But again, I think I can get all the corn sprayed before I have to switch to beans, because the beans I planted between that 13th and 22nd of May corn aren't that tall yet. And I really only want to have to clean the sprayer once. I don't want to have to do it again. So I may be doing a little more starting some anhydrous before I do some more spraying. We'll see. So it's like 3 days later after I sprayed this corn and the test plot and that other corn on the other road by the test plot. I pulled up one of my nurse tanks to the big 11,000 gallon anhydrous tank. This one's got 75% in it from last year, so I can just fill right into my applicator. The other one's out behind the old harvester silo. Still gotta go get that. Got my anhydrous pump out. Just got it running. Spilt gas on the floor. Hard to get good help. Anyways, it's running. You probably can't tell. I mean, it's also windy again. Another reason why I'm not spraying. But, I mean, you look at that field way up on the hill, too. Dare I say, because I know 2-3 videos ago, you were hearing me complaining about how wet it was. We're getting dry. And unfortunately, looking at the 10-day forecast, tomorrow night, I think it is, because tomorrow is supposed to be, we're like 85 right now. We're supposed to go up to around 87. I don't know what it is, a little after 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Tomorrow they're saying 93. So late tomorrow into the overnight, we have a chance of a thunderstorm. That's kind of it, looking at like the 10-day forecast. So you can't tell very well from here, but that corn over there is starting to curl a little already. That's probably pushing 10 inches tall or so. One extreme to the other. Chelsea mowed that lawn the other day. That's starting to get a little brown tint to it. Crazy. That was kind of my fear, because last year when it started out wet and it just stayed wet all year, I knew eventually this part was coming. So I mean, we're not in dire straits yet because we put the seed into a decent amount of moisture. Beans are the only thing that scare me, because you're only putting them an inch and a quarter in the ground. But I think most of them will be okay because they were all planted in pretty good moisture. So it is what it is. So I'm gonna go hook my applicator on, and I'll probably put some anhydrous on that field and see how it goes and take you along. All right, so I'm filling my applicator. This is an 8-row applicator. It's got 4 knives, so each knife does 2 rows. You got your main liquid line, and your small lines are your suction line. That's your pump that pumps it. For those of you who are farmers and know about anhydrous or have used anhydrous, that's nasty shit right there. Great fertilizer, but nasty. You wear your neoprene gloves. You know, you're supposed to wear eye protection. I wear glasses. I burnt the hair off my arms numerous times, taking a valve off, and there's a little airlock, you know, in it, and the shit'll pop out at you. It's just sucky shit to work with, but a very economical, great fertilizer. This is also the stuff the meth heads use to make their methamphetamine. They'll come to the big tank when they were stealing this shit, and they'll open up a valve and take an igloo cooler and fill an igloo cooler up with this shit. Yeah, that tells you how bad it is apparently when you're on meth. But all right, so I gotta pay attention to this. I'm gonna shut you off. When I get applying, I'll bring you back for a bit. All right, we're doing anhydrous. As you can see over there, you can see those knife slit marks between the rows. You can still see there's some dark dirt there. We got plenty of moisture down in. It's just the topsoil moisture that I'm getting a little concerned about, especially for the last beans that were planted. But that's what it does. You can see the outside 2 knives. The inside 2 are obviously behind the wheels, so you can't see them. And the best way I can describe anhydrous, for those of you who don't know anything about it, it's a great fertilizer, but nasty. It's like a liquid gas. The best way to describe it is propane. And when I say it burns, you get it on you, it's like a freeze burn. If any of you have hooked up your grill and had propane, you know, spew out at you and get on your arm or hands or something, it's cold and then it's hot, you know, it burns. That's the best way I can describe it for you. But I mean, every now and then you can see a little puff of white. If one of my shear bolts were to break, you'd see a white cloud come out of the ground. I'd have to shut it off. But so that's the best I can explain it to you. But it's a great fertilizer. And for those that want to know, I'm putting on about 150 pounds the acre. And it's amazing how dry this field has gotten, because again, this is the first one I planted right across from my shop, as you can see down there. And this is the field that we always planted last, because it was wet until we tiled it. Tiling is amazing, but I think I've said that to you before. Alright, so anyways, you've seen spraying corn. Now you're seeing some putting on anhydrous, which is fertilizing the corn for those of you non-farmers. So we got lots more to do, lots more corn to spray, beans to spray, more anhydrous to do. But I'll end this video now. So if you want, subscribe, I'd appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up, ring the bell, follow me on Instagram. I know some of you do. My phone is ringing. Andy the Grumpy Farmer on Instagram. And we'll see you next time, because I gotta see who the hell's calling me.